I'm Sharon, and I'm from Brooklyn Center.
Did you know that as a resident of Brooklyn Center, you have an all-access pass to Northwest Community Television? You can produce your own show or help other residents create theirs.
What I like about Northwest Community Television, it's a community where I can produce my own craft shows and kids programs, as well as helping others with their shows.
Ready to produce your own TV show? Visit nwct.org. Get your all-access pass today.
This is going to be for the first show. There. So this is ready. Okay. We're going to recycle, reuse, and make something old into something new. Yep. My name is Sharon Kephart, and this is Angel, and our show is Auntie Sharon's Crafts and More. Okay, girl, are you ready? I want my viewers to look at things differently, and that's what I try to do, is I look around the house and I'll walk around and say, oh, I could use that in one of my crafts. My show is on Channel 20. It plays on Thursday nights, 7 to 8 p.m. It plays at 3 o'clock in the morning for those that are up that early, and also from 11 to noon on Friday morning.
Hi, I'm Ashley from Kids for a Better World, a nonprofit organization encouraging the empowerment of youth, supporting youth initiatives, and creating partnerships to address the needs of individuals, children, and families. Be the change.
Be the change and make the action get involved. Be the change and make the action get involved.
Hi, I'm Auntie Sharon, and I want to welcome you back to my show. Come join me on my comeback journey. This is my new show. For those of you that know me as Auntie Sharon, I also have a craft show and I have a story time show. And the reason that I started doing this show is because on January 6th, 2016, just this last January, I had a traumatic brain injury. And I had a lot of, I guess, symptoms of loss of words and some problems with cognitive and stuff due to the traumatic brain injury. And I wasn't quite comfortable starting filming in front of the camera with my shows yet. And this was a way to kind of, I guess, okay, one thing you should know about this show is it's not going to be edited. What you see and what you hear is what you get. And I guess the reason I really wanted to do this show was to show everyone that this is my new normal right now. Loss of words, loss of sentences, loss of whatever. It's a struggle after a brain injury. And it's called TBI, traumatic brain injury. And I'm doing this to welcome you in and join me on my journey. And this is a process that I'm going through so that I can get back to doing my other shows too. But I thought it was really important that from the point of view of someone who does have a traumatic brain injury, what is it like for them every day, each moment, whatever? And I kind of wanted to show you that. So I'm not hiding what I think, what I feel, what happens to me. Normally in my other shows, I'd edit them, and you wouldn't know if I made a mistake. But I'm not doing that here because I think it's important that, for those of you out there that maybe don't know anything about traumatic brain injury, maybe you can see how I struggle, and I may look normal to everyone, but my brain is having, it kind of skips and does things that it makes it frustrating and hard. Hard for me to remember what I'm going to say, hard for me to think of what I'm going to say. I lose my words and thoughts. So that's what this show is about. So if I do make a mistake or I forget what I'm going to say, I'm going to lay it all out there. I'm not going to hide anything. Not going to hide anything. So you can see what it's like. Last week I talked just briefly, introduced the idea about support and the website brainline.org. I remembered it. And I wanted to kind of this week talk a little bit about support. And brainline.org is a place that I wanted to kind of briefly talk about for those that have a traumatic brain injury, or for family and friends. They can go to this site and they can learn a lot. I could not believe all of the stuff they have on that site. My speech therapist gave me that site to go look at, and I want to kind of touch base with you a little bit about what's on there. And even if you're curious, it's a great site to go to. It's a great resource because with a traumatic brain injury, support is really important. The people that are around you and the professionals that you have that are helping you, it's really important to be able to get through the struggles and help your brain heal. And I guess also too for me, the support that I thought I had didn't necessarily turn out to be the support that I really was hoping for. I've had some people say to me, "Oh, you look fine now. Okay, you're better now, right?" It's been 8 months and I'm still having a lot of struggles and experiencing a lot of frustrations and stuff. So I went to this site because as someone who has a traumatic brain injury, they have areas that I can even go to, and there's a blog, I could even type in and write my experiences and feelings, and you can hear about people, the things that they're struggling with, and some of the things that I read are things that I am struggling with. But also too, what I'm struggling with is different than what other people struggle with. Traumatic brain injury is different for everybody, and the treatment is different for everybody. But I just kind of wanted to, I'm going to put this up on so you can see this, and you can go to this website, and they've got areas, they have TBI basics, so you can learn all about it. They've got for people with TBI, there's a whole area you can click on. I'm just going to see kind of, you can click on the different tabs for different things. They've got for families and friends, they can go to this site. And then there's for professionals. It's a great site. Too much to get into right now, but I really learned a lot of things from the site. I just wanted to touch base on one thing really quick, and I want to read this statement. If I can get to it here. This is something I just want to read, and I'm not going to be able to memorize it, so I'm just going to read it. Traumatic brain injury, TBI, is a blow or jolt to the head or something penetrating the head injury that disrupts the function of the brain. Each year, there are 1.7 million brain injuries in the United States, and an estimated 5.3 million Americans, about 2% of the United States population, currently have a long-term or long life need for help with everyday activities due to a TBI. I just thought that was, wow, that was, what's the word I'm thinking of? Huge. It's you know, until I had my TBI, I didn't know that. I didn't know that there was a lot of people. I didn't, I thought maybe I was alone and stuff and was struggling alone in that. And then I started finding out that there was a lot of people, even around me here at the station. There is people that I found out had a traumatic brain injury or concussion, and sometimes multiple concussions can cause this severe symptoms too. And it's just, my eyes were just open that, hey, I'm not alone. We can help each other. And that's why I decided to do this show, is I want, maybe someone out there is struggling and feels like they're alone. Well, maybe by watching this show, maybe there's something helpful I can give you, or maybe I can help you on your journey, just like I'm asking you to help me on mine. Remember the first week, I don't know if you do or not, maybe not, but I asked you to be aware of how many ums I did and how many fillers I was doing in my sentences. Well, I'm hoping you will write in and tell me if I'm getting better at not doing that. But I wanted to be able to have people on my show that also were having or had an injury at some time, and maybe they could share something that would be also helpful to me and to you. And also we could support each other. So I kind of have someone that I would like to introduce to you. And this person actually is behind my camera right now, one of my crew people for the show, and his name is Sam. And I am going to ask him to step out from the camera and come on over and join me. And we're going to talk to him a little bit, because I found out that Sam had a traumatic brain injury, and we'll find out a little bit about what happened and maybe how long ago. And he also has some helpful support ideas that we can look at. So why don't you, Sam, come on out and come and sit down, and we'll talk for a little bit, okay? Come on over. Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for coming.
You're welcome.
Everyone, this is Sam. Sam, tell them if you want them to know your last name. I don't remember how to pronounce it.
My last name is Garrido.
Garrido.
Yeah. Rhymes with Dorito and Cheeto.
Oh, hey, that's kind of clever.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, growing up in a public school system, I've heard it all. So as you can imagine. Yeah.
All right.
But you know.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Kids
Sam,
can be cruel. But yeah, I used to be a class clown, so yeah.
Right. Well, I'm so glad that you, I know that I had to ask you a couple times, because I know this is not an easy thing to do.
Right.
And this is hard for me to do too.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point is feeling like we don't have to hide anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so happy and glad that you decided to come on my show. And you had a traumatic brain injury. Can you tell us how long ago?
Mine's actually happened in 2001.
2001,
Yeah.
and that's like what?
15 years ago.
15 years ago. Okay,
Yeah.
15 years ago. And do you feel that you still are struggling?
Oh yeah, every day it's a battle. It's a struggle. Yeah, but I'm an overcomer, so yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I persevere, so yeah. By the
Well,
grace of God, though. Yeah.
That's our faith really is important in helping us to be able to heal and to get the support that we need too.
Indeed.
And did you want to share a little bit about what happened?
I refrain from going into details. I just say we were hit by a drunk driver. So there you have it. So don't drink and drive. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Well, and as we know, all traumatic brain injuries are different for each person. And I know that I struggle with thoughts and complete sentences sometime or losing my words. Do you ever experience anything like that?
Oh yeah, all the time, all the time. But unfortunately, it happens quite often. So yeah, it's like your brain works extra hard, pretty much. Yeah. But,
So it kind of feels like a missing connection, or it's like when I'm talking, sometimes I'll just stop, and it's like I'm trying to find that word and it's gone, or the sentence is gone.
yeah, it just vanished. Like it was on the tip of your tongue a minute ago, and then it just disappeared.
Right.
Totally vanished, and you're like, oh man, it was on the tip of my tongue, but
Yeah.
and
Yeah, and
it might come back to you later, but
right.
9 times out of 10 it won't. It's easy to lose your train of thought and everything. Yeah.
And I do that constantly now too. And I know yours has been 15 years, mine's been 8 months. And I'm hoping that I mean, because you sound very, there's a word I'm looking for. I can't think of it. You sound fluent. You sound like you're able to be, you've been able to compensate for a lot of it, and you're more fluent in that. And I'm hoping that I can get to that point.
You definitely will. I never had physical therapy or anything. I ended up just rehabbing myself. So read books. I'm on the internet all the time. I keep myself enthralled with projects and stuff. So yeah.
Well, you have talking about websites, you do have some things that you're going to show us, and that some support systems that you've used and that you've put together.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
Livabilities consist of me, my fiance, her mother, and they're award-winning authors. We all do motivational speaking at conferences internationally. And so the last one we did was in White Clay, Pine Ridge, Nebraska. At the Indian reservation, we went and prayed for them, and we gave our testimonies, and then it was totally pro bono, by the way.
You probably helped a lot of people and everything too.
Yes, we sure did, and it was a very powerful experience. So,
can you tell us about your website if people wanted to go to it?
Livabilities does have a website along with the one I'm about to mention. It's called my YouTube is here we go.
Yeah, see? Here,
Yep,
see? This is it. Yep, exactly. Yep.
Wow.
See, that's what we struggle
Good
with every
Fruit
day.
Camp Productions.
Good,
And then
what is it again?
Good Fruit Camp Productions.
Good Fruit Camp Productions.
And that has all of my work on display.
Oh.
And then I also have a like page on Facebook for Good Fruit Camp Productions.
Okay.
And then I just update people on my progress on that pretty much. And I might put an episode of my latest project out there, but everything's on YouTube, as I said before. And then we also have a group on Facebook for people with hidden disabilities and unhidden disabilities alike, because we don't want to not include anybody. Like, so we don't discriminate or anything. It's called Striving for the Best Ability, Living with FASD, Not Letting It Defeat Me. And my fiance came up with that.
What is the
FASD is fetal alcohol syndrome disorder, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
just prenatal exposure to alcohol, and
Okay,
so
sure.
that's what that means.
So wow, it sounds like you were able to turn your tragedy from 15 years ago and use it to help propel you into helping in other areas too for other people. That's great because that's encouraging for me too, and it's supportive for me to be able to know that this isn't going to stop me from it might take me a little bit longer, but it's not going to stop me from getting out there and doing something and helping someone like you're doing.
Yeah.
So we're going to put those websites up for you and that so that you can see that. And is there any? We have just a few more minutes left. Is there any last words you would like to let our audience know or?
Yeah, that White Clay Broken Lives conference was so phenomenal.
Really?
It was all of 2 days, but it was a powerful 48 hours because the ratio for babies born with FASD there is 1 in every 4. And then while we were present, no one was drinking. And the liquor stores, they have 4 liquor stores in this small place. And the liquor stores were trying to offer these people free beer just to keep them drinking. And
Wow.
nobody accepted it though. So
That's good.
that was huge.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wow. So it sounds like there's a lot of good things that you're doing, and he also has some shows at NWCT also. I should use the word also again. I'm trying
I
to
thought
think
you were
of.
gonna say awesome.
I know. Well, it is awesome.
Yep.
I just can't find my word, and that's my
Yep.
filler word. So.
Yep.
But as our time is starting to come to close, I just want to, we have the site up right now for
2 of my
Good
shows.
Fruit Camp Productions and Paws Up for Success. You also are producing
that.
those shows.
I produce Paws Up for Success, and that's my
great.
mother-in-law's show, Jody Cope. And
That's awesome.
my first
There you
show is The Good News from Power Source Ministries, and I've been doing that show for 2.5 years now. And then that picture of me producing up
Cool.
top. Yep.
That's
and
great.
So yeah,
All right.
I love it. I love doing it. TV thing.
I know. Isn't this a great place?
It is
Because
phenomenal resource.
This place, it's free for the 9 cities in this area. 9 cities, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I would never have been able to do this or afford to do this otherwise. And again, this is to help with the journey that we each have, that we can help each other and work with each other. And I am so happy that NWCT, Channel 12 is related to NWCT. NWCT is the community access part of it. And we have our little logo right here on our water. But I'm so happy to be able to be part of this community and to be able to do these shows like we're doing today and to get the information out and to help each other. And I just want to thank you, Sam, for being not only my crew, but my guest. And I can't wait to see more of your shows out there. And I can't wait to be able to see what, each new day is going to bring forth. And even though it's a struggle, and I have a hard time each day, some days are better than other days. Today has been kind of a good day. I don't have a headache today, which is good. And my thoughts are not as scrambled, so that's a good sign, but although it does come and go. But I want to thank you for coming to come join me on my comeback journey, and hope to see you next week. And let's end by Sam giving them our hearts. So we'll make the little heart. I'm going to give you our heart and hope that you come back soon. And thank you again
You're welcome.
for gracing my show with your presence. And go to his website he's got a lot of support things that he can show you and talk about. We couldn't talk about everything here. And also the brainline.org. All of those are helpful links, and I'm going to be checking them out more and maybe touching base on them a little bit later on some of my other shows. So thank you again, Sam.
You're welcome. And
All
don't
right.
forget Good Fruit Camp Productions.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So, bye.
I'm Ben Utek. I played high school, college, and pro football, helping my team win the 2006 championship. My career ended after I suffered my 5th concussion. More than 1 million athletes suffer a concussion each year. The American Academy of Neurology recommends athletes thought to have a concussion be immediately removed from play and assessed by a healthcare professional trained in concussion. This isn't just about sports. It's about your brain. When in doubt, sit it out. A message from the American Academy of Neurology.
Sharing your passion starts with taking that first step. Take Will, for example. His first step was taking free TV classes at Northwest Community Television. He's learning production skills and now has access to cutting-edge equipment. He's working on local music productions, meeting new people, and gaining experience needed to produce his own show. Best of all, he's sharing his passion for music with others in his community. Share your passion. Visit nwct.org.
I'm Sharon, and I'm from Brooklyn Center.
Did you know that as a resident of Brooklyn Center, you have an all-access pass to Northwest Community Television? You can produce your own show or help other residents create theirs.
What I like about Northwest Community Television, it's a community where I can produce my own craft shows and kids programs, as well as helping others with their shows.
Ready to produce your own TV show? Visit nwct.org. Get your all-access pass today.
Hi, I'm Ashley from Kids for a Better World, a nonprofit organization encouraging the empowerment of youth, supporting youth initiatives, and creating partnerships to address the needs of individuals, children, and families. Be the change.
Be the change you make.